wonder if Edgeworth's back yet. There he is! It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? She was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm rooting for you. It's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Like some people, I don't have all day. I want to see what you threw under the table. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth's sitting right here. Just distract him. Check it out. Hey! Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! Hold on. First, let me see what that girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of If you're having trouble reading it, I'll read it for you. It says, Letter of Resignation. Resignation? You don't... Whoa. I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Edgeworth, none of it was your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. The path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one else should forgive me either. Oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. It's a letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Wait, we got that as a piece of evidence? Okay, hold on. Let's talk and present things. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work, so tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can keep his kind of emotions bottled up. Wow. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First, last year's trial, and now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me. Oh yeah, Renji brings up a good point. Lana hasn't been even given a change of clothes. Maybe they sent somebody to her house to get spare clothes, and she just only has an entire closet full of, you know, like military-type clothing. You don't know. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's why my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That's odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. Okay, so she wants us to present that picture. Hold on. I don't want... When I get a hint like that, I'm going to use the hint. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Again, same clothes. Actually, here's a question. Does Lana have any, like, accolades in the newer one? No. Let me see. Prosecutor Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. The trophy that Mr. Marshall is holding? It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. That's kind of cool. Can you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony over the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gann asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Smooth. Very well. Contradiction means halberd and shield? That's kind of cool. I'm absorbing that a little bit, because it's Chinese. I love studying Japanese for fun. And they share a lot of similar characters. Hold on. Now I'm really interested in this. Hold on. I'm going to use Google Translate real quick. Where do I put it? Here it is. Translate. Go English first. Japanese. Contradiction. Mujin. Oh, there's several of them. That doesn't look like a halberd, though. But there are 2 characters in Japanese for it. That's really cool. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. First was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield. Oh gosh, this is it. The unstoppable force and the immovable object kind of thing. Second was a shield he claimed that could withstand any weapon. That's a contradiction. Objection! You even did objection and we're getting the objection music! This is great! Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. That is so cool. Oh. I had to geek out a little bit. I see, so the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion. Even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. Actually, that's like a life lesson. Learn something new every day. 100% worth it. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gans. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the world abolished. Is that the real murder weapon, then? Huh. Huh. Oh, that what? That is actually pertaining to it. Usually when you press something, it shows it right away. We'll listen to it. They say where there's smoke, there's fire. Apparently, I was so caught up in the smoke, I lost sight of the truth. Edgeworth. The others are right. I have no right to serve as a prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth, you were only doing your job. I've always made my own decisions about what I can or cannot do. It hasn't changed. Forgiving myself is something I cannot do. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for something. Okay, we did that already. Right. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here? Okay, no. That's his... If I see dots, those are his, this doesn't mean anything to me, pick thing. We already showed the picture, right? Yeah, okay, we did this part. I want to make sure we did it. So that was the story. Oh, we can't even talk about the thing he took? Or was asked to take? Or was that new? Hold on. Isn't this related to the case? Remember, you said yourself. So I did. Chief Cat gave you this that day, didn't he? He asked you to bring it here to the police department? The chief is a very competent man. Sometimes he does things that don't make any sense. At least it's better than being incompetent and doing things that don't make sense. Sir Detective comes to mind. Okay, so nothing new. Seems everything in this case is designed to cast doubt on me. But hey, don't look at me. I went into the evidence room on that day of the crime. Chief Count asked me to do something. Take evidence from the case solved 6 months ago back to the prosecutor's office. I have a locker in there as well. Did you notice anything amiss when you were in the evidence room? That room's always dark and I was in a hurry. Didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Okay. Oh, good. Excuse me? Oh, yeah. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Star. You certainly are curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Thinking about it, that's what olden days saw a calf sucking on the udders and was like, what's so good about that? Let me try. Ugh. Ugh. Still, I never thought I'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incidents. Not only that, but the murder occurred the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be at all attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of a past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Star's hatred toward Lana is pretty deep. Hell hath no fury than a woman scorned. All dates back to 2 years ago. You got some new stuff? Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. The pressure. Still, I don't think I was more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Everything is a freaking food analogy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. Must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye? My sister? The best were put out on the SL9 case. Of course, they were led by the legendary duo, Lana and Chief Gant. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. And that's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dog got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while others were kept secret. You don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana transferred to prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Oh, no, Joy, this is relatively tame. That's only one cleavage. Like, we've seen so much more cleavage. This is relatively tame. Comparatively. Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism, in particular, was almost unreal. Magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Means he forges it. Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. Take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Yeah, if you want cleavage, I agree with Renji. Just wait until Maya takes over Mia. Or is possessed by Mia. Like, her outfit is meant to hold Maya, and then Mia happens, and it's just like, wow. Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, he felt as if he had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. The star. By the way, I feel like I need to mention it one more time. If you ever see another character just say the first character's name and that's it, that means something in Japan, in Japanese. It's just like, I feel for you, or like I understand, or like I'm following you along. You'll hear it in anime a lot, and I'm seeing it a lot here. It's literally just like if someone's having a sob story, it'll cut to another character that just says the name of the character saying the sob story. It's just a way of saying, I got you. It's okay. Keep going. Or I understand. I'm feeling you. That's what I understood it to be when I looked it up, and when someone else looked it up as well. That's why I've never been able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief... That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. Prosecutor's office. You mean, that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her to change. Okay, so Lana, we feel, is being blackmailed by Gant. hiding something, and he's being a jerk. Probably getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Stark. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. You turn out to be a better chief than I've been. Better chef. I said chef. I said chief. No. Okay. Yeah, a little bit. Renji, have you played this before? The only one that I know for certain in chat that has never seen this, or at least told me they never seen it, is Brick. Or Orange Saberist. I always forget his name, and Twitch is different. Hey, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. Not the DLC? Cool. I mean, I can already tell. This DLC is amazing. It's like already taking over soon to be 2.5 streams, where almost every other chapter took exactly 1 stream. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I got a Maya persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you in on Chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. Take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective... The resignation letter. That's why I gave it to us. Okay. That makes sense. Now, what's this crumpled piece of paper? No way, pal. Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. There's an example right there. Gumshoe's going through, like, some fields, and she's like, detective. That's it. I made up my mind. Yeah, take my ID card. We can't do that if someone found out. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm laying out of the loop. I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. No! Edgeworth is a bro. And so is Gumshoe. So at least let me do this, for Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. Allows access to areas of PD open to detectives. Wait, do we know what his ID is? I want to know his number. Like, I'd be funny if it just says, like, you know how you can write words in letters? Or write words in numbers? I wonder if I would say something like that. He's photogenic, isn't he? Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face. Look, his eyes are half shut. Now he's got his eyebrow up. Yeah, and his mouth is half open. Hey, each of his shirt buttons is off a notch. Actually, it looks clean. He's got the narrow end of his tie up in front. Oh, man. I think this goes beyond a photogenic issue. Wow. Dang it, they don't give him his number? I want his number. Oh, he looks so happy. Here goes, Mr. Wright. I know, Renji. I still love that animation. Ever since you noted, like, you pointed it out. 1 second. I'm noticing it's starting to get a little... I want to make sure my green screen doesn't make it too... Yeah, I need better... There's so many things I can do to upgrade the stream. I just can't do it yet. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Ah! He just got slapped again. That's great. You should have just come with us in the first place. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was worried about something might go wrong. So I came too. So we're going to get beaten up by Gant now? Probably. Hopefully we'll have found evidence before he comes in and finds us. If you're here, then what was the point of giving us your ID card? ID's crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that in my card. We just crushed his card? We're pretty strong. I hardly ever get the chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Okay. Not if we're lucky. Now, come on, let's see if we can find out. Actually, I'm pretty sure if we have a card reader, there's probably a record of it, too. Okay, let's get examining. First off, there's this thing that was in the picture. This is the real deal, isn't it? Armor in these weapons? Sure is, pal. Chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor? Jeez. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You don't mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my oh. Hold on. They pay for public schools. They pay for the firemen who will come and save your life if you're on fire. The policemen who stop people from breaking in and killing you. Keeping roads together. There are plenty of good reasons to pay taxes. There's just a lot of people who take that money and use it unwisely. But there's more good than bad. I'm 100% positive of that. You don't have any taxes to pay. Oh yeah, she's 16. She doesn't have to pay taxes yet. Never mind. Be careful what you say. Who knows? Chief may be hiding in his armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Hey, yeah, you guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Okay. Oh, that's a cool phone. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two! Look at that paper he's reading in the desk. That looked like the same thing for the evidence list. What he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. List of evidence? In most cases, this list runs twice as long as this does. Hey, look! Look at the case name! Eh? SL not... I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you say? I said, I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally, they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. Half-size list of evidence. List of evidence, it seems short. Most lists run twice as long. So this is like the other half of it? What would the other half of the list be doing here? He's hiding something. It would appear so. Was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Anything else with the desk? Size of his desk. We found this inside the drawer. Cool. Rick, happy hump day. Glad you came in, because we are, let me see, what did we do today? We did some investigating. We are in Chief Gant's office. This is where the SL9 incident murder happened. They did a little more backstory on the SL9 incidents, also known as the Joe Dark killings, which Emma and Lana were involved in. We think Gant did something silly. We think there's like strong implications that he is blackmailing Lana so he can control the prosecutor's office. Edgework was writing a resignation letter because they're coming down on him hard. We showed the resignation letter to Gumshoe, who let us into the office. The only new things we have... Hold on. Sorry, guys, I want to update one of the viewers who's here faithfully that we got. So we have the SL9 thing. We have this picture. This is new. We went over a cool story of why the shield has a sword with it. It was Chinese. It means contradiction, because it was... I don't know if you play World of Warcraft or not, but there's like the unstoppable force and the immovable object. It's a contradiction in itself. It's like if it's an immovable object, but the unstoppable force would be unstoppable. kind of thing. But this is just the old picture of when the Marshal was killed. So the Marshal is the last death that happened that got Joe Dark caught. Okay. I don't think there's much else. This is how Neil died, stabbed in the back, died of punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was in the wound. So the reason the knife has a broken tip is because they found it inside Neil's body. Edgeworth was looking at a list of evidence, and apparently the other half was in this office. Okay, I think you're caught up of all the big things. This is a safe, isn't it? Yeah, safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. So Neil is the person that died in the Joe Dark incident. Yes, so Joe Dark was the serial killer. The last murder that happened was Joe Dark killing Neil Marshall. But the weird thing, I found this interesting. The serial murderer hit somebody with his car on accident. As he was burying the body, he saw somebody saw him do that, so he had to go kill them. Bury them. Another person saw it, so he had to kill them. A jogger came by, he had to kill them. And like that happened, and then like a few months later, he was turning himself in, which is why he was in the detective's office, but they still didn't have any evidence. And then the last murder happened in front of Emma, where they think he stabbed Neil Marshall. That's kind of the backstory of the Joe Dark killings, which is SL9. Yeah. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. Oh, yeah. 7-digit number. I think I might know what it is. What do I have with numbers on it? I mean, I have his ID. So question, what happens if Gant has the cameras in the room? We're screwed. I'm looking for things with numbers. That only has 4. SL9 incident is only 3. Is there anything on this? Does it show the list of evidence? What the flip? Someone drew this as a... Emma said she drew a sketch. So when Emma was in when she was called to testify in that one, she said she drew a picture because she couldn't talk about it. Did you find something? I can't make it out. I'd better keep it quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh. No, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? By the way, it's very easy to think that someone's lying. He's like, no, I don't know. There's nothing. No. Nope, nothing here. Better not forget about this picture. Huh. So we have the picture. Interesting. Is there 7 digits in this? What is 7 digits? His ID is 7 digits. ID numbers are 7 digits. Well, is there an ID number in here? Oh! Let's just put all 7s. Let's do all 7s. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday. It's, no. I have a better idea here. Here goes nothing. What a horrible number! That's worse than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was it, pal? 7777, the final ID card number on the record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 7777777? That ID number? I think you're 1 7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing, the Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Yeah, as soon as Detective Gumshoe gets on my face. Is there any money in here? How much does he have stashed away? Well, he kind of isn't the head of the prosecution, so you know, think he'd have a camera in his office. Yeah, you'd think so. I mean, well, hold on. He probably doesn't want one if he's bad. It's kind of like a hit or miss. If he's a bad guy and doing bad things, probably wouldn't want a camera in his office. It's a shard from a broken cup. Somehow feel. Oh yeah, that's the other part of the thing. There's something else in here too. It looks like a piece of leather cloth. Why didn't he just burn these? Why is it even here? It's a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think Chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? Is that all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. Yeah, why is that? Yeah, that's right. I was going to say you were 1-7 off or 1-7 too many. It's like, no, that's 7 sevens. That actually brings back memories. One of the first custom alerts we made was 777. That's pretty good. Ooh. Yeah, 7 sevens is pretty easy to remember, which means he might be dumb. I don't know. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup. Yeah, why are they in a safe? I really feel like if they're incriminating of some kind, he would have found an opportunity to go have him burned. Right? Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid they can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to the gun. Okay. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Well, the vase is easy, because we have the other pieces. Tell me something we can show the detective. Okay, hold on. I know the vase is. It's right here. Detective Gumshoe, could you ever look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put it back together. Those were the days. It was like it was yesterday. Kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the Shaws had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring up any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? Oh, you mean this one? That was in a safe? Yeah, that one. This was in the safe. Don't worry, guys. He got it. Let's see if it fits. Assemble! Let me see that shard, and I'll take a crack at this. Take a crack at this. Come on. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. What the? Was this connect the dots? Fits like a charm. Okay.